Our next step is we're going to take part number 4, our upper arm, and once again we're going to take two number 11s now. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to glue our number 11s like so, okay? Now a lot of people try to put these on an angle like this. Don't do that. They should go straight. Should be kind of exactly like this. Okay, not at an angle. Don't do this. This should be like this. Okay, and actually I would have the end of your number 11 should not go any higher than, or it should be in line here. If anything, have it a little bit below, but it shouldn't be way up here. Okay, it should be in line like that or a little bit below. Now we want to do like what we had done before, where we take our wooden dowels so that way we make sure that everything's, once again, is going to line up just as it should. Okay, now this one's a little bit easier to move around because it's only one piece, but same thing. Put some hot glue on. Just put it right smack dab in the center. Okay, I would let it cool off a little bit where it's not going to move around on you, so give it about a minute. That's about how long it'll take to cool off, about a minute, maybe two, depending on how long that hot glue gun's been plugged in. And then once that cools off, then same thing, we'll slide this one over, we'll put some hot glue on it, and then we'll close it up. So it's been about a minute, and that's pretty solid. So now what we'll do is flip it over. We'll do the same thing. We're going to put some hot glue right there, and we'll bring it down. Now, get that close. Stop flipping and flopping. Put a decent amount of glue on. Like I said, I like to scrape the nose with the tip of my hot glue gun against the wood, so that way I don't have that big long string of hot glue. And then just push it tight. Now, when you do assemble these, you want to kind of push these together. Give it a squeeze. Okay? Once again, I look here. Everything lines up. Looks pretty straight. Once again, try not to move this around too much. Give it about a minute or two to cool off for the glue to finally set. Okay, now that the glue is set from our number 11s being attached to our upper arm, our number 4, we're ready to go on to the next step. We're going to attach our number 9s onto the back. Now, don't get our number 9s confused with our number 14s as far as our parts are concerned. Okay, that's where a lot of kids make a mistake. Now, if we see right here, 14s are much longer than our 19s. Okay, the 19s were the ones where you just kind of rounded off the end. So we got to make sure we're using the right one. So the 14, don't use that yet. Okay, we should be using our 19s. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing we've done in the past, where we want to make sure that we use our small wooden sticks like this to make sure everything lines up. Okay, basically what we're going to be doing is gluing our number 9s on, kind of like that. That's what we're looking to do. So before I get these in place, I want to take my wooden dowels. And the best way to do this, even after you've sanded, sometimes they might be a little difficult to put in, so I like to twist and push at the same time. That usually means you're less likely of damaging your wooden dowel. Push and kind of twist. And then we'll do the same thing. Push and twist. And push and twist. So basically we have this with our number 9s. Now this will get glued like that. Right about there. Okay? Same thing. It's not an exact science, so it means this can kind of move around a little bit. You know, we don't want it straight up and down. We don't want it like that because we're going to attach other styrofoam pieces. So try to get, I would say, pretend this is a complete circle all the way around and try to shoot for the center, where that would go right in the center of that circle. That's about how far down it should go. And then we kind of want about a 45 or so, degree angle. Like right about there, I would say is probably pretty good. Maybe up just a smidge like that. Anywhere in there and your project will work just fine. So same thing as before. I'll take my hot glue gun, and like I said, I don't want to put it on the styrofoam because it can melt it. So I'm placing hot glue on my stick. Like I said, while we just place it, it's still hot, we can still move it around. Kind of right where we want it. I'd say just like that looks pretty good. Same thing, I don't want to touch it. I want to let it sit there, let it cool, give it about a minute, maybe 2 before I do the other side. Okay, so it's been about a minute. The glue's set up pretty well. Same thing, I'll flip it on the other side. And now once again, I'll do it so you can see it. We'll put a fair amount of glue to assemble this. Now, for those of us keeping track of how much glue I have used thus far, I've glued on 2 sticks here, 2 sticks here. These 2 sticks I glued together. Same thing here, glued them together, and then I glued them onto this piece. And I've used almost a whole stick of hot glue. Okay, if you're using a lot more than that, you're wasting hot glue. And I see I got some cracks here. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to say it'll survive. If it breaks, we can always take it off and put in new pieces. But right now, I'm going to say we'll leave it, let it set up, and it should be fine.